Welcome to the Ugly Games YouTube channel. My name is Justin, and I'm here today to talk about the software that lets you do this crazy thing we call making a TTRPG for free. Yes, it is possible. No, it is not easy, but possible? Certainly. Contrary to popular belief, writing and publishing your TTRPG does not have to be an expensive thing. There is a route where you pass on a lot of the work to professionals, and yeah, that's going to get expensive quickly. If you're going for publishing, there's a lot of things you need to think of. There's getting the game to a publishable state, which is another video entirely. But then there's book formatting, there's art, there's marketing. Basically, I'm saying if you're going to do this for free, you've got to get really good at a lot of things. AKA, you're going to have to become a passing professional. Luckily, you're not on a deadline. Yet. And maybe your reality lies somewhere in the middle of expensive and free. Maybe you can do a lot of the things on that list, but you just know art isn't going to be your thing. That's perfectly okay, but that isn't the concept of this video. Today we're talking about the software that lets you create your TTRPG for free. And we're starting this video with MindMeister.com. Now, full disclosure, I don't use MindMeister. Idea webs are great in theory for me, but in practice it's never really worked out. But hey, maybe you're the type who needs an idea web like this to visualize the concepts and mechanics of your game. And if that's the case, then from what I've figured out, I perused around and it's actually really neat. There was no signing up for anything. I just signed in using Google, and I could start immediately. The UI is pretty easy to understand. There's a big plus sign for adding new pieces to your web. Overall, I say this could certainly be useful in the early part of the design process, or even late into it. Again, I don't use it, but it's there for you if you would be into that sort of thing. Now, it's worth mentioning that any of the products I talk about today are going to be linked in the description. But now onto something I definitely do use, and boy do I use it a lot. That is Discord. I can't tell you how useful Discord has been in the creation of my TTRPG Awakened. I created my own little Discord for the game. I started with, 3 channels, but quickly that changed. At my last count, the channels have grown to around 30. Now, those are channels for different mechanics, different things for the game. For instance, there's a species channel, there's a weapons channel, there's a setting channel, a lore channel, a class channel, a monster channel. There's now a marketing channel, a YouTube video making channel. All the things that I found out that I need during the creation process, I just created a channel and would deposit my thoughts into them as I had them. Then I could go back and look at every thought I've ever had about a particular subject. You don't get lost in the mess as easily if you do this. If you forget, it's right there for you, a quick read away. Now, I will say what that requires is you actually putting down all your thoughts onto Discord, which can be a lot of work keeping up with, but if you're vigilant, it's definitely possible. Have I still lost things that I've forgotten to put down? Of course, but a lot less than I probably would have without Discord. Now on to another software that I use every single day. That is LibreOffice. I love LibreOffice. Long gone are the days of Word. Now we have a free alternative that is super easy to use, and most importantly, it isn't trying to take your money away from you. My entire TTRPG rulebook is trusted to LibreOffice, and in my opinion, yours should be too. It immediately does what I need a word processing software to do. Not get in the way when it comes to creation, and let me export PDFs easily. LibreOffice does that and more. If that's what you're looking for in a word processor, then LibreOffice might be for you. On to the next software. And this is where we get into the softwares that I'm not currently proficient in, but I am planning on learning in the near future, out of necessity. That being said, I'll probably have a lot less to say about these next few. We'll begin with Scribus. Scribus is basically a free Adobe InDesign alternative. From what I've gathered, it's quite a bit harder to learn, but hey, it's free and can do at least the bare minimum for what you'll need once you get to the book formatting section of your TTRPG journey. GIMP. GIMP is basically a free alternative to Photoshop, which you'll need if you're adding any art to your game. And speaking of art, Midjourney/Dolly. This is possibly going to be a bit of a controversial topic, but we kind of have to talk about the new innovations in AI art. It's there. I doubt it's going anywhere, so we should probably talk about it. I'm going to admit fully that I have used AI art in the creation of my TTRPG Awakened, but, and this is I think a big but, I have used it for visualization purposes only. I have no intention to make any money based on the use of any AI art that I've generated. It's just been a quick way to visual ideas that I have and keep myself honestly interested and excited about the project that I'm working on. Now, whether or not that's still wrong, I'm honestly not sure. I would love to hear your thoughts on the topic in the comments. I would say, just in case it gets heated, let's all be nice to each other. But yeah, there's a lot to be said about AI art being unfair, that it uses artists' work without giving them anything in return, and that's real and valid. Admittedly, I did not know of this controversy when I first began using AI art generators, though. And that's the list. How did I do? Is that all the free software available to up-and-coming TTRPG makers, or did I miss some? Tell me in the comments, and while you're there, let me know what else you'd like to know about the TTRPG creation process. Maybe it'll be the basis for my next video. Stay ugly.